Greg says Brian Baldinger says Mac Jones is basically Joe Burrow.
He's not.
What's your take on that?
He's absolutely not. There's no way. No.
If you love Mac Jones, that's how you sell it. It's like, well, everyone liked Joe Burrow, and he only had. No.
He doesn't. First of all, he's not as athletic as Joe Burrow.
He's smaller than Joe Burrow.
He's smaller than Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
And his arm is not as strong as Joe Burrow. Those are things that you're never, ever going to be able to fix no matter what. No. So, yeah, I guess the similarity to Joe Burrow is he's the one that's caught lightning in a bottle and done a bunch here. But if he was Joe Burrow with that kind of talent, he would definitely go number 2.
Yeah, I mean, all of the highlights I remember of Joe Burrow from college are him outside the pocket, him booting out to the right against Alabama and throwing down the field. I mean, that was the first time I realized who Joe Burrow was. I was out I don't watch college football during the season. I was out because Saturday's, day with my wife.
Yeah.
We were going out to lunch and we happened to pick a place that had a game on, and it was LSU, Alabama. I see this dude roll out, bomb it. I'm like, oh, that guy's going to be a very high pick. I just don't know who he is, but he just did that against Alabama, I'm guessing. And it's like, yeah, I remember that play. Like, that's not Mac Jones.
Yeah.
No.
That's not Mac Jones at all.
Was Mac Jones
they're not
playing
the
that
same
game?
Player.
Was that Mac Jones in that game? Because I don't remember him from that game. I remember Joe Burrow. I don't know.
Yeah. I think you're right about that one. Yeah, I think you're right about that one.
Anyway, Daniel says 49ers aren't hoping their guy falls to 3. They didn't talk to the Jets for a reason. Pitts isn't going 1 or 2. We're taking Pitts and Mac later.
I like it. Listen, I'm cool with that. I'm not a big Mac fan, but if we can get him quote unquote later, like move up to 15, say with Jimmy Garoppolo and 43 or something, that's cool. Like I'm not too mad at that.
But if they want to do even better, get Mondre Trask. I'm just saying.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Right.
The Mac Jones thing. Here's the thing with Mac Jones. I have a feeling he's going to have a similar thing happen to him that Tua happened. I mean, they're different. But the thing with Tua that I can't get over is when he's on the field wearing that Dolphins uniform, he looks like a backup to me. He looks small. He looks weak-armed. And he doesn't look that mobile. It's like, I'm nervous. When Josh Allen's on the field, I'm like, man, he's going to truck someone. When Tua's on the field, I'm like, oh, my God, this could be it. And with Mac Jones, when he gets on the field, we're going to be like, man, he looks smaller than I expected. Man, that arm is weaker than I hoped.
Yep.
Oh, man, he's just not an athlete at all.
Yeah.
But he does other good things. I don't know. I think that's going to be the problem.
I know that this doesn't matter as far as how good you're going to be, but the guy looks terrible in pads. Like, I wanted somebody that looks good in pads at least. He just looks so awful in pads. It's so, I don't know.
It's like a punter.
Exactly. I can't go.
One Skinner says Lance is a scary pick at 3. Any GM considering drafting Trey Lance in the first round should be fired. NFL scout. That's very interesting. To me, it's coaches who would be scared by Trey Lance because I've always heard coaches say this. Potential gets you fired.
Yep.
And those are more coaches who are, don't have the job security of Kyle Shanahan or a little bit older. It's like, man, I can't get this wrong.
Yeah.
But I think GMs and scouts would love a guy with that kind of upside. Uh-oh. Jesse's timing out. He'll be back.
Am I here?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay.
All right.
God, I'm hardwired in and everything. Crazy good speeds. I don't know what the deal is.
All right.
Yeah, here's the thing, is if the 49ers take Trey Lance, let's not forget that they had John Beck from QB Collective, who is directly from Shanahan, working with this kid for the last few weeks. They brought in one of their receivers who was just on the roster in Matthews that ended the season last year to be at his pro day. They are making an educated decision here. If it's Lance, he brings a lot of great things to the table. And I don't know if anybody can relate to this, but if you've ever started a new job, right? Sometimes you have the skill sets to be good at that job, but what holds you back is you don't know the ins and outs. So you don't know how to do the paperwork right, or you don't know how to run the systems right, whatever. And that will slow you down. It makes you think too much.
For a month.
At least with Trey Lance, he knows how to read a defense. Yes. He knows how to set protections, and he knows how to call an audible, and he knows how to use plays with long verbiage.
That's right.
So he's not going to play slow because of those reasons.
And so you could argue that
fix his mechanics.
His experience, although it's small, is more applicable, is more valuable than the other guys' experiences, especially anyone playing at Ohio State or Alabama or freaking BYU, any place that doesn't have a track record of developing quarterbacks the way North Dakota State does.
Yeah, Absolutely. So yes, he has some mechanical things he could work on, but I'm banking on that over the last 5 months, like his coach said that they are absolutely working on those things and have not only worked on them, but they've corrected them. And I know it's not against live bullets, but the mechanical issues that I saw, the two or three that I saw that were major, 2 out of those 3 have been fixed. The only one that I want to see still get cleaned up is his left shoulder gets out in front of him when he throws right. And that's why he'll miss some of those throws. He'll throw high on a lot of those throws. That's the only mechanical issue that I want to see get cleaned up. And he has time to do that.
Yeah, he's 20. He's new to the position. And people say, well, he's inaccurate. I mean, look at his passing charts down the field. Dude, he threw like 280 passes in college. Like anything you say about Trey Lance, you could be like, well, that's a small sample size. Mm-hmm. You don't know that he's inaccurate. You don't know that he's accurate. Anything you want to say about him is basically, not supported by enough evidence.
Right.
So, I mean, I watched his game against Delaware from 2019. Looked extremely accurate. He shredded Delaware. Yep. Every throw he made was on point, and he doesn't even come close to turning the ball over. He's very, very judicious and safe with the ball. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying he is accurate, but I can see why the Niners are doing their homework. It's just a giant unknown, and there's so much to like about him. It seems like he has more good qualities that are uncoachable than any other player in the draft. Quarterback.
One of the things that people worry about is, well, when the bullets start flying and he's playing again, that he's going to revert back to those mechanics. It only takes 66 days to build a habit, they say. If you've had 5 months, I think you're probably okay.
Also, it's not like he's Justin Fields, who's been playing quarterback since he was 7 years old and has a throwing motion ingrained in him since he was in 2nd grade. I mean, he's new to this whole thing. He actually might be able to change.